Hey guys, a few of you had written to me and asked me if I would mind reading one of the poems that I wrote and recording it. And I thought that was kind of a good idea because I usually don't read my poetry out loud, so um, I figured I would do that now. The poem that I wrote is called Crowds, and I hope you like it. I'm fond of crowds. No one knows what has been done to me. I am one more small blue thing, consumed like an idling amoebic extra on the blitzkrieg backdrop of a Hollywood set, drowned in spillage of past sewage into yellow striations of zygotes and zebra lines, littering highways, leading nowhere, bearing the Roman architecture of my nose in books and the tinted, rain-besotted windows of Greyhound buses, waiting for redemption in a teacup. No one knows my name on Wednesday mornings, and I have a headache in my chest, and each of my toes throbs from walking through the bowels of the decrepit downtown and its urban decay, with its mink-hued skyscrapers scratching the underbelly of heaven, because God only knows that this is hell. And I have on a deer-colored North Face, hoping to be trapped in the crucifix crosshairs of some sniper's straying rifle. Broad daylight, but I am soaked in precipitation, the tentacles of my fingers wrapped around the copper-fetal skeleton of a key to my mother's brownstone, like the sea anemone garroting of a hydra halo around a sailor's waist. I am wasted. I am wasting. I am losing time. You do not know of my natural disasters when I am in public, when I am mingling in the morbid mouth of a suburban mall, my poker face is as unreadable as the damaged spines of credit cards, unredeemable like the burned bones of martyrs. I am one more small blue thing. Free of this web of association, I am not as property to you when I am an ion loosed, a free-floating particle when you graze against me in parking garages, burrowing for gold in my rib cage with your elbow. You do not know the brutal backstory, this hellish holocaust, this garish genocide staining the hem of my skirt. But they say that tragedy is an inscription in my DNA, and every smooth glossary of my visceral movements is consumed by him, by this, by a relentless migraine, and I gather Hemingway to the Rockies in my breast, as if I am using literature as shields against errant bullets and the staccato thumping of the bus driver's freckled, hyperpigmented knuckles rapping against mine. I give him dimes, but I do not want the change. I do not want the metacarpal molestation. I did not ache for the brushing of cuticle and cartilage. Gagging orders. No contact. Treat me as if I am the spectral remnants of a fragile dynasty. Cringing, shivering, and it was not the unnecessary byproduct of a surly July rain. It was an internal manifestation, an ingrained reaction to a dead event still replicating in helixes like poetry procreating under plasma planets wedged under nail beds. I try to keep the peace. I try to keep the memories at bay with the toothpicks, with scissors spread out like pinched nutcracker jaws of prostitutes. I sit alone at the back of the bus, and somewhere in between Chinatown and Soho and Mount Olympus and the lazy-eyed tenements still strung with the dental floss strips of thong sandal nooses of aired laundry, I am immaculately dirty. I am just another hooded female picking at the orphans of her clipped cuticles, conspicuously craving to be inconspicuous. No one knows who I am. No one knows what has been done to me. Free of these sexualized shackles, of this siege, I am one more waif-like waitress hiding scars under her sleeves, listening to news stories as ticker-tape tempests rain on Formica desks, as if I regurgitate the same anthems over and over and over again in the vacant drone of my unconsciousness. I am one more small blue thing swallowed in the haze of a Georgian heat. I am one more lost soul cloying to the windshield like confused condensation clustering in threes like a trinity in my hair. I am fond of crowds. No one knows who I am. No one knows what has been done to me.